Hey, hello, my friend. How are you going? How are you going? How are you doing? How's that? What's up? What's that? I don't know why I say that. There's a big comedians in Kenya who just make my day. What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, let's do it. Let's just promote what's up? What's up? Hey, it's Globe Runner here. I'm with you on a Sunday. Let me just be honest and say it's a sad Sunday. Just a guy humiliated by the city boys. And we got spanked both sides of the body, jab, uppercut, and good night. Yeah, but let's leave it this way. Arsenal, oh my friend, the Gunners are pretty much feeling the heat. The stranglehold is coming. Oh my friend, Premier League, man, I had to update you. You saw it. You saw what's going on. You think it's easy? Keep talking. That's what we do. Yeah, let's keep talking. In Globe Runner here today on a Sunday. I appreciate your company. Thank you for stopping by. It's a delight, it's a privilege, and we'll carry on where we left off last time. We were in London. Let's just go to Melbourne, Australia. Let's go where things are happening. Cam Myers, this young 19-year-old man or boy or man, whatever you want to call him, is just too good. Either it's too good or we haven't seen anything yet. If you don't know Cam Myers, this guy is on a different stratosphere. I'll put him there because he's not talking much. He's not yapping. He's not self-promoting. Kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. That's a Swahili saying that says, what is good sells. What is not really good or is bad tells to go around talking about, I'll do this, I'll do that, it's my way or the highway. Cam Myers is not doing that. He's 19. He won in Milrose. He's been at 330. He's done great things at 19. It reminds me of my young man from Texas, Copper Lockenhouse. These guys don't talk. They let the talking be seen. They let the podium determine what talking looks like. And this Cam Myers in the Australian Championship showed us what it means to be a middle distance runner. And let's put it, let's put it this way. Hold on a minute. He doesn't have to do it in front of the cameras. He do it on the track, wire to wire, 1500-meter run, a 329 winning time. Never seen that. It's been a while. It's been a while since we saw anybody going wire to wire in a 1500-meter race. Mostly, let's put it this way: Australia is down under indeed, but not under anymore. It's above sea level right now because Cam Myers running at 329 in a brilliant, gutsy, bold, brave running that I haven't seen in a long time brings a name to mind. 2019 World Championship in Doha. Let me take you back there. Did you forget Timothy Cheruiyot wire to wire 329 winning time in that championship? Anybody done that before? I don't think so. Nobody does that unless you are a quiet assassin like Timothy Cheruiyot back in 2019. People forget Timothy Cheruiyot, by the way. Let me just put him where he belongs. The conversation of 1500 meters cannot close their doors and ignore that man. People tend to do that because he hasn't said much. He's not Josh Kerr, the king, so he says, the quasi king, the self promoted, the self proclaimed king of the mile, or 15, if he wants to say. He's declared himself as the solo best 1500-meter runner in this phase of the century. Easy. I keep asking this question because arrogance, imperial conversation, and imperial declaration tend to rub people who belong in the Commonwealth the wrong way. And Josh Kerr to me comes here because if let's compare these three names here. Josh Kerr Cam Myers, who just ran a 329 wire-to-wire race where he won. Timothy Cheruiyot back in 2019, wire-to-wire 329 1500-meter runner. And when you let's just put those three together and see who is a legit conversation athlete that we need to have a say and anoint and say, well, this guy has been consistent. This person has done incredible times winning, and he hasn't said much. Well, when I think for me, Josh Kerr can say what he wants to say. Like I say, he can express himself. He can say what he thinks Josh Kerr needs to hear. I might be listening, but I'm not paying keen attention. I have to give him some, space in my YouTube here. When you think of these three athletes, you look at their times, you look at what they have done. World champion, world champion. Josh Kerr, Timothy Cheruiyot, they are both world champions. But if you look at Timothy Cheruiyot race in Doha, check it out. It was wire to wire, and the competition was right on his shoulder. And he won that race running away from everybody else. Let's find out what Josh Kerr did in 2023. He beat Jacob Engbleston in a good field. But if you look at that race, it was Jacob fading away in the home straight. Okay, we'll give it to Josh Kerr. He won. He's a legit world champion. But beyond that, we have to look at other things that kind of tell us who is who, because they are so close when you look at their resume, but you have to separate them somehow. I think for me, I'll go to humility and letting the race talk. It's not enough for Josh Kerr to say he's the best. He has to be arrogant about it. And even now, as we move forward, you sense that this guy thinks he has 1500 meters under on his crown, that he's just put it there and say, okay, I'm the best. But if you look at even let's put in the young 19-year-old Cam Myers in the conversation. What do you see? I see somebody whose future, whose Olympic prospects in LA look brighter than even Josh Kerr. He's 19. Okay, Josh Kerr is close to 30. I'm just giving you age. Timothy Cheruiyot, I don't think he's gonna make that cut. So the reason why I'm bringing all these names aboard is for us to realize that I don't think the greatest runners talk much. Let me give you the names. They don't say much. They don't say a lot in front of cameras. They don't call people into, like, okay, let me talk to you. Let me tell you what I'm about to do in July 18th in London. They don't talk like that. They secretly plan how they are going to execute their best races. And then they come to the track and they deliver. Rhodesia, he just exposed this Londoner that you can do it in front of Londoners and break the world record. Did he say much before that? Nope. Okay. We can even bring Ebrikala Selassie. I can't even say the Ethiopian. This guy for a long time went about his business winning and winning big and breaking records. All other names, Wilson Kipketer, barely spoke. Kipchoge, they barely talk. But yet, when we look at their records, when we look at their track records, when we look at their performance, we know what they did. Cam Myers is doing it in Australia, wire to wire. We just watching, I say, oh my God. And then you have Josh Kerr, the guy who tells Cole Hawker, I'll do that to you. He dismisses Jacob Engbleston as non-entity. He doesn't even think about him. He doesn't talk to him. So he's dismissive of competition because he's an empire to himself. Well, my friend, is that over the top confidence? Is that arrogance? Like I keep plugging this thing here. Is it an empire gone rogue? Or a king who is just out of control? Is he picking off where everybody else in this world says, I'm the best? Noah Elias bring the same conversation to me. He kind of ras me as a guy who just talks. Let the talking be seen on the finish line, on the lane, and how you even come off maybe an injury and come back and do that. Cam Myers, man, 329, that is a conversation for me. I'll give that 19-year-old Australian a good career ahead of him. Jessica Hall in the 1500 was, watch that clip, my friend. It was get down, get up, hopefully you finish. Jessica Hall goes down, comes back. She's not a champion. It is a country compatriot. What's her name here? Let me just remember the names from these guys. Uh, Olivia or Claudia. Claudia is the runner. Claudia Hollingsworth is the Australian champion in the 1500 meters. In a crash, get up, reinstated, disqualified for a few hours, reinstated as the 1500 meter champion in Australia. And Jessica Hall goes down. No ill feelings. I've always admired this athlete. She doesn't hold any grudges. She finishes the race. She says, next. Can you imagine that was Josh Kerr? We wouldn't hear the last of it. And so for me, I think the reason why I'm bringing all these names into the fray of my conversation is that I think I'm starting to realize that talent, great talent, the best of the best, have always been assassins and they are very silent about it. Josh Kerr has talked of London being a place whereby he's going to tell all the UK kingdom population, 60,000, he says, that I'm the best in the world. And by the way, just imagine Cam Myers showing up for that mile world record attempt. Imagine even people like Jacobson resurrecting from the dead and says, hey, give me a lane. I won't even be paid. Let me just go and just come and spoil the party for Joshua. Fanuel Koech, don't forget the young 17-year-old 327 1500-meter runner. Went to London. Don't forget that. So I'm bringing this all cocktail for you to realize that it's not what you say, it's what you do. And people are doing the right thing. From Cam Myers, who ran a 329 wire to wire, people like Timothy Cheruiyot, whom people forget was one of the best we've had in the last few years. And realize that these guys didn't say much. All we know is that they are champions, they are winners. Winners are winners. Okay, you don't have to tell us you're a winner. You don't have to tell us you're the best. We'll let you know. When the votes are counted, when we look at your resume, we the fans, we the pundits, we'll just go there and just be as a jury, quietly go through the evidence. And we're gonna tell you, Joshka, whether you are the best. But for you to sit in front of a camera and tell us you are the best in this stage of our lives, we start to wonder. We start to wonder because 19-year-old young man in Australia is telling you, slow down, shut your pipe, because I'm running 229 by myself. Let me see what I can do even when I come to London. I see Cam Myers coming to London to spoil the party for Josh Kerr. I see a lot of great athletes showing up, sneaking into the party through the back doors and saying, too soon to declare yourself the king of the mile. Well, happy for the winners. Who is this Claudia Hollingsworth? A 157, by the way, 800-meter runner. Oh, by the way, Cam Myers came back in the 5K in their championship, ran 13:11 on a weekend. He did 13:11 after running 329. Josh Kerr, that is your competition, my friend. You can hide. You can go Scottish, and hide in London. You'll be exposed, my friend. 1500 meters is still competitive event in the men category. Even in the women, don't speak too soon. My take, I'm in pain. Chelsea looks bad. They look horrible. Jessica Hart reminds me we can always get up and walk or stumble to the finish line. That's what I see Chelsea doing at the end of the season. They'll stumble, barely finishing top five. I don't know. I don't know, my friend. Anyway, that was my take on a Sunday. That pretty much I was having a cocktail of athletes. Hopefully, we can celebrate 329 from Australia with Cam Myers and the winner in the women, Claudia Hollingsworth. Those are winners right now. That's the conversation. Winner takes it all. Talk to you later, my friend. What is your conversation on this one, by the way? Your comments are always welcome. Your thoughts. Joshka, huh? The best miler? I asked you last time. I'm still waiting for response. Cam Myers, 329. The best you've seen thus far, 2026? For me, yes. Wire to wire is not easy. Very few people do that. But it was in Australia too. Well, he did what he had to do. Talk to you later, my friend.